She was 16 years old. It was a sunny Friday afternoon in the Great Smoky Mountains. 39 of her classmates were right there with her. And then, Teresa Lynn Gibson simply vanished. No scream, no trace, no body ever found. 48 years later, one of the most haunting unsolved disappearances in national park history remains a cold, open wound. Teresa Lynn Gibson, known as Trenny to everyone who loved her, was a 16-year-old sophomore at Bearden High School in Knoxville, Tennessee. By all accounts, she was a bright, curious, and grounded young woman. Her family, including her father Robert Sr. and her mother Hope, were a close-knit household on Widower Drive. On the morning of October 8, 1976, Trenny boarded a school bus with 38 classmates for a horticulture class field trip to the crown jewel of the American South, the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. The destination was Andrews Bald, a breathtaking open meadow at the end of the Forney Ridge Trail, sitting just below the summit of Clingman's Dome, the highest peak in the entire Appalachian mountain range. The round-trip hike was only 3.5 miles. A perfect, manageable afternoon walk. The students reached Andrews Bald around 1:30 in the afternoon, took in the sweeping panoramic views of mist-covered ridgelines, and began the return hike back toward the parking lot. Nothing seemed wrong. Nothing seemed unusual. Then, at approximately 2:50 p.m., Trenny Gibson was seen for the last time, just half a mile from the safety of the bus. By 3:30 p.m., every student was accounted for at the buses, except one. Trenny Gibson was gone. The teacher Wayne Dunlap immediately reported her missing to park rangers. What followed was one of the most intensive search and rescue operations the Great Smoky Mountains had ever seen. Search dogs were deployed. Helicopters swept the ridgelines. Teams of rangers combed every inch of the dense forest. But the mountains would not give her up. In the hours after she vanished, the weather collapsed. Torrential rain hammered the Smokies for days, washing away any potential tracks and making the search nearly impossible. The dogs did pick up a scent, but it led, chillingly, not deeper into the forest, but straight to the roadside, as if someone had driven her away. Two dark theories have haunted investigators for nearly 5 decades. The first, Trenny wandered off-trail, became disoriented in the sudden fog, and succumbed to exposure in the freezing mountain night. The terrain is unforgiving, steep, dense, and littered with ravines. A body could vanish into those mountains and never be recovered. The second theory is far more sinister. The search dogs leading investigators directly to the roadside suggest she may have been intercepted and abducted, either by a stranger passing through the park or, in the most disturbing versions of the theory, by someone who was already there, someone within the group. Her classmate Robert Simpson was one of the last known people to see her on the trail. Trenny Gibson was never found. No remains, no clothing, no personal items. The Gibson family home on Widower Drive carried the silence of an unanswered question for decades. Her father Robert Sr. never stopped searching. The case was officially revised and updated as recently as December 2024, still listed as an open missing persons case by the National Park Service. 48 years of cold weather, cold trails, and cold comfort. The Great Smoky Mountains kept their secret. If you have any information about the disappearance of Teresa Lynn Gibson, please contact the Great Smoky Mountains National Park Investigative Services. She deserves to be found.